Hello you guys, how are you? And welcome back to the Luffy channel. Today I am gonna show you my steps onto how to do a beautiful skin finish, natural makeup foundation type of thing with only one primer. So let me go ahead and get the primer. This is the one size. So a lot of people have really a hard time to apply this product specifically because if you don't apply it in a specific way for it to adhere on your makeup, it breaks your foundation sometimes. And it's not the quality of the product, it's the method of application. I think that a lot of the times when it comes to makeup, sometimes we want, even myself, I've done that before, when we want to replicate an eye makeup look, and we're seeing people with beautiful, like, maybe more rounded eyes instead of having them almond. And everyone has a different mentality. So when you're applying, let's say, an eyeshadow, maybe you want to do it lifted, like a beautiful wing up here, or just pulling, like almost as if you were pulling up your eyes or your eye sockets like this. Or sometimes you just want to be elongated, like just more like over here, like more of a triangular. I always have had a hard time. Or maybe you just want to make them more smaller, like everyone wants to have something different. Some people feel more comfortable with mascara, and some people feel more comfortable with lashes, and that's completely fine. To me, when you're applying a full face of makeup, what pulls the makeup through, and what I've learned with Domel, is lashes, honey. Not necessarily this ones, but use your lashes. But today we're gonna refocus on the way that I apply this foundation with this product in particular. I feel like this product works with any other foundation. I don't know, for some reason something came up out of here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, it's something weird. So I'm gonna apply this, and I'm gonna show you really quickly how I'm gonna use it. Now, you don't use a lot, so you just add a little bit, and you just warm it up in your fingertips, which is what I normally do. And then what I do is I go ahead and warm it up very beautifully. And then I start pressing it in the areas that are more problematic, per se, on my skin. Now, I'm also very intrigued today because we've been going to the water park. Hurricane Harbor here in Los Angeles, or in the California area, because they're in Santa Clarita. They recently opened, and I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and just go. And so we've been going since they opened it, so I know that I've been tanning. So I don't know if this foundation, this is one of my favorite foundations of all times, just because this is the finish I like. This is 7.75. This is a Silk Luminous foundation by Giorgio Armani. So what I like to do is just like to press it, almost like just massage it. But I never drag the product around my face because I feel like that doesn't work for me. I honestly don't feel like that works for me at all. Now, we've talked about different ways of applying your foundation. It could be either with a sponge, with a puff, or it could be with a buffing brush, sponge, wet sponge, dry sponge, fingertips. Now, I do not recommend fingertips, even though people, sometimes I hear them all the time, like, it's okay, it's natural finish, it's skin tint, you can apply it with fingers. Sometimes we don't notice, and sometimes we just leave like a streaks on our face. Even when I apply sunscreen, excuse me, I that happens to me. So just be mindful of that, because that might be a big issue for you. And so what I like to do is, first and foremost, I like to go ahead and apply it, and I like to apply it from the back of my hand, not directly from the bottle. Sometimes I might do it for video purposes, but keep it cute and keep it tight. But today, and on a regular basis, as a makeup artist, I like to apply a little bit there, and then I just like to buff it all over, and then just like kind of distribute the product around, if that makes any sense. I feel like I have more control, where like I've noticed that a lot of videos that I've seen either on YouTube, or that I've seen on TikTok, or just Facebook, just in general, when it comes to makeup, everyone has to have an opinion. And yes, of course, makeup, it's pretty much an open space to apply makeup with the way that you want, because there is no right or wrong way of applying makeup. I just think that you have to enjoy it, and you have to practice and see what works best for you. Because maybe, like I was talking to you guys before, maybe sometimes the eye makeup look that you want to do is not it's not gonna fit you in the way that you want it. So you might need, like, let's say, if you're doing an eyeshadow, maybe you need to do highlighter from this side, highlighter from that side, or put it more, if you're like doing a halo eye, you maybe want to put it over here a little bit more, just to give that emphasis that you truly want from the foundation or the eyeshadow. So that's what I think it works best for you. Like, whatever you do, like, if, let's say, if this primer works best for me, might work best for you, but not for your sister, not for your mom, not for your best friend. Like, everyone has a different skin type, different ways of doing makeup. So there's no right or wrong. It's just an expression to me. By the way, I'm keeping it very cute today with water because this hit has been hitting us really hard. And then one more thing I'd like to add is that I've also been enjoying lately the tranquility in our lives. I feel like we went through like, whew, and now we're finally going little by little. The other day I found out that apparently they are gonna make a new movie of Hunger Games with a trainer. Or the story of the trainer of Candice Everdeen. So I was very pleased about that. They also leaked the new Sailor Moon Cosmos that launched last year in Japan and Asia, or that continent. Whereas in America, it hasn't been seen, only clips. So I was very happy to see that. So I'm gonna do an extra pump just to keep it cute in the areas that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, especially around the eye area, maybe my forehead, which are like just like right here. But again, you can see like it's very, very natural looking, which is what is known for Blowing a Silk. It's like this very juicy foundation that just leaves you looking like very natural if you apply it in a natural way. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited. I was able to see some of the clips of Sailor Moon Cosmos, and I gotta say that I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. The story about it, it looks like it's gonna have like more for the fans or for the fanatic, which I consider myself a fan of Sailor Moon. I don't consider myself of many things, but Sailor Moon, I think that I'm a big fan. I've seen at least the regular version or the OG version. I've seen it at least, not lying, at least about 500 times or more, because I just really love it. It brings back good memories. It's always fun and it's always interesting. But the Sailor Moon Cosmos, I've seen it about 100 probably. Like the Sailor Moon, the newer version, excuse me, I like it more. I feel like it's more of a... The other one, of course, it has like the sentimental, emotional thing, but this one is like hands-on beating, you know, the bad. I love them both. I would not have this one without the other one, and I would not have the other one without this one. So to me, Sailor Moon is something that I really enjoy. Even at my age, I sometimes wonder, like, am I too old for these things? And sometimes I even ask, Domela and I ask about those type of things. Like, are we really that old? Or what do we think about these things? You know, like, sometimes we jump into the roller coasters when we go to the roller coasters and we wait until... For the front, doesn't matter how long we have to wait. And then we're like, sometimes we question, sometimes we couldn't help but wonder, are we old enough to make those decisions, or should we just wait in the back? And then we're like, but then you end up paying for the for your ticket. So why not get the best experience out of it, right? So yeah, this is it. I have to exfoliate more, but that's the way I apply a very beautiful natural foundation, or like a natural finish. Because a lot of the times people think that natural means the way Kim Kardashian looks, but Kim Kardashian not only has filters, has probably one of the best skincares out there, you know, the best products that she can get her hands into it, because she has that money for it. She can go to get a facial if she wants tomorrow, today, in France, anywhere. And then on top of that, she has a beautiful makeup artist, and that makeup artist spends quality time, because some good makeup at least takes about 2, for me, if you ask me, how many hours do you think it takes to get a good makeup application, a good bit? I would say definitely about 2 to 3 hours, just because your skin needs it. Like, you have to know how to manage your light, your illumination, the way that the light is gonna hit you in front of the camera, in front of like the regular light. You know, you have to take in accountability all of those things. But yeah, this is the way it looks. So now what I'm gonna do is, this allows the makeup to last a little bit longer, which is something that a lot of people don't understand. And that's why it makes it so tricky, because it's a waterproof primer, so it's gonna elongate the wear of your foundation. And if you end up going to, let's say, the pool, or you have to go to the roller coaster, or it's very wet where you are, I would recommend that. I also have this one. I was looking at the other one because I remember that I had it here, but I would recommend, you know, to apply this one just to make sure you're all set on that. So I like to do that. I like to reinforce that with the Power Grip as well, if I can. Now, this is not waterproof, but this is going to ensure that the foundation looks very natural. So now I'm going to go ahead. I feel like I've shown you my tips and tricks for like a good, very natural foundation application. Having Kim Kardashian as an example, or even Christina Aguilera, because I've noticed how amazing she looks with her makeup on, or even Jennifer Lopez. I think that when it comes to makeup application, or what's her name, Tamar Braxton, recently, like the way she looks, it's just very perfect, like their skin, you know. So I think that a lot of the times we don't notice that they have a lot of work when it comes to contour, foundation, bronzer, blush, highlighter, precision, decision, you know, all the tips and tricks, and they do take time, and that's why it looks so natural, because they make it work on your whole face, but it's not just like just one foundation. So this to me is natural. Now, what I'm going to be applying for blush, I have a couple of blushes here that we got. These are the Euphoric Rushes. I have this three. And I'm not going to lie to you when I say that to me this summer, I've become more of an aware person for olive skin tones. So today I'm going to be using actually the Energize, which I have used and I've loved. However, it was a 1 day only, and I didn't use cameras or anything. I just used it at the store because they literally had just opened the tester. So I was like, you know what, this is pretty, I'm gonna take it. So this is the Euphoric 3-in-1 Silk Blush, and it says buildable, blurry, it's smooth cream blush that primes, hydrates, and blurs. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. What I like to do on this type of products, you can definitely dip in your brush, but remember this is gonna have oils, it's gonna have that foundation on top of it. So what I like to do is I like to grab one finger that is clean and just like swirl that beautiful blush, and then just warm it up in the back of your hand like that. And if you feel like you need more, which is very beautiful, it's a very beautiful formula. I feel like that Morphe is definitely coming back. We were actually talking to Mel and I about this because we feel like they're definitely coming back. So what I like to do is just like grab a little bit, make sure that the whole brush is like all like this. This is something, if you wanted it, you can also apply it directly from here to here. But what I'm gonna do, because I really want it natural, this is the way I like to apply it. So it's gonna give this beautiful radiant finish because it's not directly, and I feel like don't have as much, like it's already like blurring in here. And if you can tell here, it's like just giving me a natural hue. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff this right here on the cheekbone, and I'm gonna apply it on top, bringing it all the way up there. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make sure that it's all lifting here. So this area is lifted, whereas in here it's still like normal. I don't know if that makes any sense. So you just lift this area with more makeup, making sure that the blush is over here. I know they're coming with this, they're calling different applications now, different trends, like the boyfriend makeup, the sunset makeup, which I've seen a lot of people inspire on that. So I'm happy to see that. And I even created on my own version, the sunset eye makeup, which I was like, okay, no one has done this, so I need to try a sunset makeup. And then I saw Laura from Mel Cosmetics doing something similar. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, she does her makeup so beautifully. To me, she is a huge inspiration. So I'm excited to see, more people diving into new trends, not just like the regular natural makeup. Almost feels like a primer with a little bit of tint. And I think that's very innovative. I don't have anything similar, so I'm excited to have this with me, especially like for the days of today. Like, I'm just showing you guys, like, potentially I'm just gonna go out with this, and I'm showing you how like a natural makeup, no makeup look is, because honestly, this is very gorgeous, very beautiful. Bronzer from Chanel, honey. It is amazing. When I tell you it's amazing, it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna grab a different brush for this because I feel like the application that I want is very specific. I don't know what the brand of this particular brush is, but I'm gonna show you right now. So this one, I will go ahead and just apply it right here just because it's a brand new brush and I'm only using it. But this is the way I do it. I feel like knowing the way that you want your shadows, and when I say shadows, I mean cooler tones, like I just blanked out, like contour shades. If you want to look more bronzy, you want to do this. And because I know this foundation is still, even though you don't see it here, I know my face and I'm getting a little tanner. So my true tones are more olive, so are more green, especially when I'm in front of the sun. And that's something that you get to know once you get to know your undertone. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my beautiful brows and something natural looking. And this is what I end up doing. You guys know that this is the easiest way to apply brows for me. It's the Charlotte Tilbury. This is a number 8. This is the eye pencil. This one is the long one. This is not the regular kind that it's a fine tip. I like this one so much. And the reason why I like it is because it's very easy to use. Like, you cannot go wrong without this one. I mean, I have a lot of them. I have Benefit, I have Anastasia, I have Lancome, I have, you name it, we have it. But for some reason, I always go back to this one because I feel like it's such an easy way to do brows. Like, it's waxy, but it's not too waxy. And what I like also is that I've noticed that when I sweat, like for some reason, they don't come off so easily. Like, I have to actually use a cleanser and a makeup remover to remove this one off. Have you seen this Natasha Denona Golden Glimmer Gloss? Like, this is a gloss. Okay. Packaging, gorgeous, stunning. Applicator. Domel did definitely show me in a different video that this looks very similar to another brand, which you have. If you want to know which one, just and you've seen it, let it know in the comments. If you haven't seen it, go watch the other video because you're gonna enjoy it. It's very beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful gloss I've ever tried. Not only because it's my first one from Natasha Denona, I think, but because the glitter in it, gold. They said that the color for Leos are gold, and now I can tell why. At least with my true undertones and all of that, which is also another video that we created. So please follow me on Instagram under max.guevara. And yes, it is because of, if you know, you know. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about, which is that beautiful TV show. It's called Dark Angel with Jessica Alba. So, not only the applicator is beautiful, look at the beautiful applicator. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's plain, but it hugs the lip in a way. And you see the sheen? This is only one swipe. It gives you this beautiful iridescent gloss. And as you apply more and more, it looks like a tube, which is something I was very surprised. Hey guys, so I returned back from being outside. We went to go see a movie. I went to play with new makeup. We ended up watching The Watchers, I think it is. Pretty interesting movie. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments down below because Omel and I have been talking about it and it's all over the place. Going back to the final part of this word test on how I did my foundation today and how I showed you what type of products I use. So I only use this one for foundation, this one all over for bronzer, and I believe somewhat blush. I gotta say that the blushes are very pretty. They are very primey or almost silicone balm type of thing. I would say they are more of a balmy texture rather than a silky primer type of feeling. For me, I think the foundation helped pretty well with the primers. I would highly recommend the method of application that I did all over my face. I feel like even if I were to swipe a cotton pad or something like this, you can definitely see that the foundation was still in my face. Yeah, 100%. And it's been like over 12 hours and the foundation is still there. So I'm very excited to show you guys that this primer actually works really well. And the method of application that I utilize, I would highly suggest for you to try once and let me know in the comments below. How did you guys like it? Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys soon.